Hi everybody, it's BongCat922 doing it from my iPod Touch. Yeah, apparently I'm going to have to send this computer to Staples. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to do that later today. Take care of that situation. I already uploaded Bleach, One Piece, and JoJo. Go check that shit out. The Maggie thing I'm going to try to do later in the week. Maybe tomorrow, later today. I think I can do it later today. With my iPod, apparently, this is where this is going to go, with that situation. Now, also, yeah, yesterday I was working on Saturday. Fuck that shit. But I got extra overtime, so who cares? Anyway, anime series review time. Now, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to do as many as I can, but basically, most of them are finished. In fact, nearly, I would say 60-70% have got to be finished. At least by tomorrow. The only ones that aren't finished will probably be JoJo. And a few here and there's. If, whatever. But this is going to be the review for SHIGATSU wa KIMI no USO. Or, I believe this is the correct translation in English, The Lie in April. I had a conversation about this show with my good female friend, KIMI Shaka. It's the greatest Bankai female sub in the world. And she'll go on the whole 9 yards on it, explaining to me about the whole negativity on it and why it's... After watching this show, I agree with her. I'm sorry, but the fans of this show, no. And here's my reasoning. The only thing about this show was great was when it concerned Kosei and his mother. That was the main focus. I think that was done very well, and I liked how that was done. Aside from that, okay, first of all, right off the bat, his friend and his childhood friend, the guy, Wataru, I think his name is, and the other one, yeah, the one who was dating the high school kid in the beginning of the show? Like, what the fuck, man? That already? Problematic right off the bat. Right off the bat, you're like, come on. That's bullshit. Not to mention, and I'm going to be spoiling a little bit here, what we find out about Kaori, and anybody who doesn't know what this show's about, it's pretty much about this piano prodigy, Arima Kosei, who dominated competition as a child, so on and so forth. But after his mother, who was also his instructor, passed away, he has a mental breakdown, and because of this, when he was doing a recital, he broke down. He couldn't hear the notes. That jazz. And 2 years later, he hasn't touched the piano. Tsubaki, that's her name. Tsubaki. And Watari, until he meets with one girl, Kiori, and she pretty much gets him back into playing. Tsubaki, like I just said, no. The beginning part of the show, she's like dating this high school kid. I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, seriously. I consider him a little brother. Yeah. And I'm Abe Lincoln, bitch. And the other thing that pissed me off, as far as the show is concerned, they're like forcing him to play the piano. And I'm thinking to myself, you do realize that playing the piano causes him pain. And he suffers from it. The concept of this show, of him, it's just so ridiculous. Because it's literally like saying, we want him to suffer. Let's have him play the piano. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There were some positive things about him playing the piano in the show. Going back to play the piano. But the thing is, and I'm not going to say what happens in the end, but what he finds out about Kiori and what happens to Kiori in the end is bona fide for me bullshit. This show, when it concerns Tsubaki, is bullshit. Otari, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy, he's alright. But Tsubaki, I'm sorry. I don't see why, if the manga has her doing that in the beginning of the series, I just ask this question. Why? Why the fuck is she going out with a kid who was her senpai in junior high and is in high school now? Why is it that characters like this deny saying, oh, I like him? And instead of saying you like him, you're going to say, oh, he's my little brother. I treat him like a little brother. Bitch. Drop the act. Okay? Drop the act. I mean, that's my whole point of this show. There are just certain things that make me go like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And it's the whole thing about Kiori in the end. And I'm not going to spoil, but it's pretty bad. What happens to Kiori? I mean, it's very sad. Very fucking sad. I'm like, goddamn. Give me a fucking break, man. Goddamn. Really. But, I'm sorry, but overall rating, I cannot give this any higher than a 7.5 out of 10. That's being generous by my standards. Because the only thing about this show is possibly Kosei and his thing with his mother. Maybe the thing with Kiori. But still. You know what downs this show? You know what make it go down? Really? Tsubaki? And the fact that, you know, he's being forced to do the piano. And let's be honest, him playing the piano made him suffer. I'm sorry, it has. You don't do that shit. That's fucked up. Guy got traumatized from playing the piano. And you're going to get him to continue playing it? And you know, Tsubaki needs a massive reality check. Bitch, listen. What the fuck were you doing with your fucking senpai in the beginning of the series? What was that about? You know what that's called? It's called I'm a bitch. I'm sorry, but these characters who say, oh, I don't like him, and they deny their feelings, give me a fucking break, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kiori, she, you guys will find out at the end of the series. I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end, but it's pretty fucking sad. This series, there are those certain things that made me go like, stop. Just stop. But 7.5 out of 10. I'm sorry. It was good at some points, but the negativity outweighs the positives. I'm sorry. It really does. It really fucking does. So, yeah, that's pretty much the story there. This is how I'm going to be doing my reviews. Because my computer is so, but it shouldn't be a problem. I actually like doing it this way. I got it all set up now, kind of, on this little stand here with my iPod. I got the camera in the back holding it up. So it works pretty fine. But yeah, and I'll just upload. This will probably I'll upload. But yeah, we won't see any thumbnails. That's the thing. That's a kind of downer, but you won't be seeing the thumbnails. But yeah, I'll probably do it this way from now on. But as far as like July and April, and when you hear that title, July and April, you can pretty much guess what happens in the end of the series, of the episode, of the final episode. So there really is no mystery. But hey, take it or leave it. I'm Bonk on I-22. I'll see you guys later. This series is, I don't know. Tsubaki's a bitch. So, see you guys later.